Disclaimer: the views, opinions, and insinuations made by the host or guests do not reflect those of the show, the management, and the network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone. Broadcasting beyond borders, the message of truest tribe of coaching entrepreneurs and independent service provider from the Philippines. This is Master Coach Hasmin from When Sickness Matters. So now on season 2 of here at Ting Talk Broadcast, the flagship community project of coaching Ting Talk speakers from Life Coach Philippines and members of Coach a coaching community. And our guest for tonight, no, it's a beautiful Sunday evening, and I believe that every one of us, no, every one of you here in the Philippines have a good weather. So ang ating pong guest for tonight, he is really very young man, no, young fine man really, and he has achieved a lot, no. So he's the former president of Peer Organization of the Philippines and FEU Peer Counselor, an inspirational speaker, a young leader, and a mental health advocate who started the Braveheart Project Mental Health Summit in 2018. So he is presently located right now broadcasting in El Nido, Palawan. So let's meet him later on, and I'll be back shortly. And welcome back to the live streaming of When Sickness Matters, airing every Sunday at 8 p.m. In this show, I want to help all the individuals who are ready to transition to a holistic wellness. So when sickness matters, to holistic wellness lifestyle by never taking themselves for granted and never taking safety for granted. No? So broadcasting beyond borders at San Mateo Rizal on this second day of October in the year of 2022. I am Master Coach Hasmin, a professional certified CACC life coach and a certified mental health coach. I am also a master builder apprentice of Master Coach A, and we build a tribe as we help your unstoppable dream come true. And by profession, I am a registered medical technologist and a former marketing executive in a diagnostic company, and now a full-time coach. And I am the founder and creator of Life's Labyrinth Coaching Community, a community wherein I help individuals transition from their life's chaos to a life of order. So our mission here at Ting Talk Broadcast is to get closer to our kindred and serve better our coaching tribe. We envision to becoming the go-to network for content that connects the mind, the heart, and soul through the platform of life coaching. And by serving in this digital space, the change that I wanted to see for all the individual is to prioritize their holistic wellness. And when I talk about holistic wellness, that is your physical, your mental, your emotional, and your spiritual health as well. And life coaching is one of the most powerful tool that can help you transition into that holistic wellness. So our guest for tonight, no, sabi na nabanggit ko na po kanina, no. So he is the former president of Peer Organization of the Philippines and FE Peer Counselor, very inspirational young speaker, young leader, and a mental health advocate. So let's call on Russel Jhon.
Hi, Master Coach Hasmin, and to all our viewers at Think Talk Broadcast. I'm Russell, and I'm here doing this live sa El Nido, Palawan. Magandang gabi po sa lahat.
Ayun, no? So, hello, Russell. And, ako, napakaganda naman ng lugar mo, 'di ba? So one of our dream destination 'yan, ano, yung makapunta kami sa El Nido, Palawan, no? So tell us more about El Nido, Palawan, no? So ikaw ba ay taga diyan at kung kami ay bibisita, ano ba yung unang-unang kailangan naming gawin? Nakikita ko nandito si Coach Lynn, no? So isa 'to sa ating mga fond of traveling, 'di ba? So tell us more about your place.
Well, I grew up here. Basically, I was raised here. It's just that when I was 12 years old, we moved to Manila with my parents. Pero yung root talaga, yung mga Batoy, dito talaga sila nag-umpisa. Actually, hindi. Galing sila Aklan and then they moved here. And then most of our family members became interested in politics. So that's why some of them are holding positions in the government here in LGU. And so yun, after I lived in Manila for 15 years, I studied there, high school, and then sa college. I just went back last December 2021 for, I think nature really helps sa healing ng isang tao. I mean, part of it. No? So I think I wanted to go in a place where I feel safe, and El Nido is I think the place for me. And so, pag pupunta po kayo dito, medyo ako din naman, medyo ngayon nag-explore around ako trying to look for destinations and also places where I can relax, enjoy. Especially sa El Nido, napakaganda po talaga ng lugar namin. So usually yung mga tao dito gumagawa ng mga gusto nila pag mga tourists natin ngayon, talagang parami yung mga foreign tourists natin, even local tourists. So may mga tours na na pwedeng i-arrange for you. So I think there are 4 sets of tours na pwede mong gawin sa iba-ibang mga islands. And then also, if you want, yung mga hindi kasama sa tour, you can go sa northern part ng El Nido. Marami pang mga areas doon, mga islands na hindi usually napupuntahan ng mga tourists. So, I think, lalo na Inakpan, one of the world's best beaches. And may surfing spot na din kami dito sa El Nido. And also, we have Ili Cave. That's, I think it was declared as a national museum as well. If may taga El Nido nanonood, correct me if I'm wrong about the museum. But I think that was the last thing that I remembered regarding that museum. So there is a lot of things that we can do here in El Nido. Hope you can join
Ayun.
us.
Yeah, no? So, why I asked that, no, Russell, no? So, yun nga, sabi nga ni Coach Lynn here is habitat matters. And you mentioned earlier that you just recently came back, no, dyan sa El Nido, and that is part of your healing, no? Kwentuhan mo kami dyan, no? So, ay, Russell, kwentuhan mo kami, Russell, no? So, because earlier, no, at the backstage when we were just starting, di ba, you mentioned that you were a medical technology student, and on your fourth year, no, nag-shift ka, no? Suddenly nag-shift ka into psychology, no? So tell us more about that and up to this time that you were there in El Nido.
Yeah, sure. Actually, Coach Hasmin, hindi ko na-mention, before I took medical technology, I was actually a communication student. So at the time, well, I think it started na medyo naging indecisive ako at the time. Sometimes some people just find things easy to decide on, and to work things out easier for them. But for some people like me, medyo nahirapan ako to really know what I really want to do. So before, parang akala ko it's just about parang um joining competitions and then winning them, participating in various conferences. So that's what I liked or I loved doing before. Kasi nung high school ako, nung nag-move kami sa Manila, I think it was only 2 years nung nag-move kami sa Manila. I was 12 nung, 12, 13. Nung parents ko nag-decide din silang pumunta na din sila sa ibang bansa para mag-work. So I really had to live independently, alone in our house. I didn't know that my parents at that time they were having a problem, sa kanilang marriage before. So we did not know about that. I didn't know about that. So medyo things I don't know if messed up is the right word for that one. I just don't wanna call it that way. But things got really hard for us, for everyone, for our family. So ako, hindi ko alam nangyayari. I was in high school. I was the president of our student council. I was excelling in my academics. And then, nung time na yon, coach, parang, syempre nung age ko, parang before may curfew ako, and then suddenly my parents went overseas to work, tapos ako na lang mag-isa dun sa bahay namin. So I felt yung sense of freedom na parang makakalabas na ako anytime, pwede na rin ako umuwi anytime. So at first parang I was okay about it. I just didn't realize na parang sa time na yon nung yung mga ka-age ko before, ako lang pala yung pwedeng ganun. So parang wala pa ring sense yung free ka to go home late kasi wala ka namang kasabay. You're still alone. So you have to go home pa din kasi yung ibang mga kaklase ko, may parents sila na nagbabawal sa kanila or may guardian sila. Ako wala. So I could go home anytime I want. So yun, so anyway, I just didn't want to deal with problems. I just didn't want to cry because if I do that, parang wala namang magko-comfort sa akin. My parents are away and also hindi rin ako masyadong open sa may relatives ako nearby pero hindi ako ganun nag-open lagi sa kanila. So it was a bit hard for me to deal with my emotions. I just, I thought I told myself na okay, you can't be sad, you can't, focus on the problems, you just have to be happy and focus on positive things, and I realized na nung after so many years na napaka-toxic ng positivity that I instilled in my head, in my mind. And so when I got into college, so I thought that I was doing fine. I was so sure about uh, taking a pre-med or a program that's related in medical field. And then when I was in the university, when I was enrolling, I suddenly enrolled sa communication arts, so mass communication. And then feeling ko, this is where I belong. So parang okay lang naman ako. Na-enjoy ko naman siya at first. And then um, after 3 years, doon ako nagkaroon ng I struggled with my mental health. But at the time, I think it started in 2014. And pero nung 2014, I really parang I just thought na ano lang siya, it's a common problem, parang just yung sadness lang na experience ko din before. So parang I tried to shrug it off and parang continue doing what I do. And then in 2015, after a year after, doon ako nag-struggle. And at the time, I didn't know about mental health awareness. I didn't know about, yung how to um, focus on your mental health, how to protect your mental health. At the time, even the people around me, my friends, they were not enlightened about it. They are not informed about it. They don't know what to do. And ako din naman parang in my head, parang if I get myself checked or if I have myself checked, parang baliw ako. So, napaka-taboo. People don't normally talk about it before. In that year, at least in my surrounding, in my environment, they don't talk about it. So, I was scared and I was also you're scared of something that you have no idea about. And I think that's scarier. Because if you're scared about something that you know, at least you can find ways on how to get out of it. But if you're scared of something that you have no idea about, it's scarier because you don't know where to go to. You have no direction, and that's what happened to me. And in it was April 27, if I remember it right, April 27, 2015. After more than 2 weeks of just staying in my apartment, I locked myself in my apartment. I didn't want to see people. I didn't want to talk to people because I don't know that I wasn't sure if there were people who would understand my situation. So instead, I isolated myself. I didn't want to talk about it. Maybe by isolating myself, I would find something or at least um, a piece of hope which I can which I could hold on to. But at the time, I was wrong. So um, in that night, I attempted suicide, 2015. But during the time, I was thinking that I don't wanna if I'm going to if my life is going to end tonight, I don't wanna be alone. I mean the process that I've gone through from the moment that I felt something was wrong with me until that very moment I was alone. So sabi ko, in my last remaining hours, I don't want to be alone. So I went to my one of my high school best friends' house just to say goodbye, and I just wanna stay there for a while. And then um, the next thing I knew, I was already in the hospital. They tried to revive me there because everything was so blurry. I couldn't even, if I would go back into that moment of my life, it's all still blurry to me. I Probably because it's my also my mind telling me not to go into that anymore, because I'm not too that strong yet to really go back there and focus on the details. So um yes, they thought that I would not survive. They thought that my whole body, baka I was in a coma, so I wouldn't wake up. And then my parents were, at the time, all I could remember was darkness. I would hear voices, familiar voices, my mom, and also my dad, and few other people na familiar sa akin. So that's all I could remember. And then one day I woke up, and then I saw them, some of my friends, and then my relatives, and then I saw my mom. And then at the time I couldn't say anything. I'm I'm not ready to talk about it, and I don't want to talk about it. So that's what happened. They just waited for me to recover, and then we went home. I just had a few sessions with my psychiatrist. But at the time, napaka ayaw ko pa din. I'm so closed. Yung barrier ko napakataas pa rin. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want anyone to remind me of that situation, because it's gonna be really devastating for me. And then at the time when I was given another chance at life, I also wanted to leave that story somewhere. I don't want to remember that it happened. So I left it somewhere that people would not be able to know that. And it took me 2 years. Then in 2017 there was the very first mental health week in FEU. It was organized by one of our student council officers. She's also a medical technologist, Amiela Gia, and she was really passionate about mental health. So we had the very first mental health week, um, series of events sa FEU. And at the time, I was a president of another organization, and they wanted me to share my thoughts about mental health, kahit na alam ko na wala silang alam sa story ko, because I'm a president. That's why they were asking for me to give my message. I felt uncomfortable because I feel like someone is trying to penetrate that part of my life that I've been trying to forget. So pero at the time when I went home, I realized na baka this is the right time for me to get out of that shell, to go back into that very moment, and then see if I've learned something or one thing or two from that experience. And so I wrote a simple message about my story, and I posted. I included a picture of me when I was in the hospital, when I was still unconscious, and then I gathered all the remaining strength that I had at the time, and then I posted it on my personal social media on Twitter. And then I posted it on I think at around 1 a.m. so that people would not see it, or just I was scared. I mean, I wanted to open up about it, but at the same time I was so scared of what other people might say about it. So I posted it ng 1 a.m. so para wala masyadong makita. I just didn't realize that it would get attention from a lot of people. So somehow I received the engagement. I think the total engagement for that, I when I was looking at the statistics, it was 1 million people who engaged in that post. And I received thousands of messages um coming in. And then I felt overwhelmed at the time, because I didn't know how to deal with those people. I mean, some of them are sharing their stories as well. And it was hard for me because parang ako nga, I could not even deal with my own story, and then I'm receiving stories from other people. And then also, thankfully, I also received words of encouragement and all the positive messages coming from people. And I realized that you know um there are still good people in this world. And it's just sometimes it just takes a spark to let that kindness out from those people. And then just a quick story about the Braveheart project. I received it was an simple art piece. Eh, sinend siya sa akin ng isang hindi ko din kilala, ang nakalagay Braveheart, and that's what she painted, and then sinend niya sa akin yung picture. Sabi niya, I'm because of you, I'm reminded of this word, the Braveheart. So I tried when I was thinking of a project that I want to do for this advocacy. I chose the Braveheart project because I think, people who are going through these things are really brave. I mean, contrary to the belief of other people that they are weak, no, they are actually strong and they are brave because it's hard. Even those people who have succumbed to, who were, I don't want to say too weak, but those people who were not that strong enough and then they gave up, those are still brave people because, just having a day na pinaprocess mo lahat ng bagay na yun, and then you were able to survive even for a day, it's a brave thing to do. And so I was given a chance to be part of the FEU peers. They offered a position for me, and then I didn't realize that it was yung position ng president. And so there I was able to do the advocacy through the help of our guidance director, si Dr. Sheikh Hoxon, if you know her. And she's also the current president of the Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association and the founder of the Peer Organization of the Philippines. And of course, yung advisor namin si Mr. Dan Talusan. We call him Tatay. So they were the people who believed in me that I could do it, and then we could start something good, something that can be passed on from the next batch of leaders that we have in FEU. And so we started the Braveheart Project. We were able to conduct mental health summits, mental health events, and one of the things that I am most proud of is the peer. It's the Braveheart Project Stories of Hope. It's a peer support group that we launched in our university in 2018. It's usually every Wednesday and Friday, and then we would invite people, just a limited number of people because we want to make it intimate as well. Of those people who want to share their stories, or those people who want to share or who want to hear other people's stories of hope. Maybe they can get inspired from other people's experiences. If you're there, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to talk or share something. Probably you can just listen to other people's stories. So that's what we wanted. And then ginaya namin yung before na prior na event ng mga nauna sa amin sa peer. Meron silang tinatawag na pandesol. So it's, while talking to some people, you're also bearing your soul over a meal, yung simple bread lang. It's a pandesal. Minsan di siya pandesal, pero we still call it pandesal, and also yung coffee talk. So we provide coffee, Milo, sometimes juice to those people na pupunta sa amin kahit na mga non-members sila ng organization. So hanggang ngayon, pinagpapatuloy pa rin nila. Actually, nakita ko ng isang araw, nagkaroon ulit ng session. It's a peer support group. And napaka-importante kasi we were able to address yung mga concerns din ng mga fellow students namin. And na-break namin yung stigma going around yung mga guidance counselors. Kasi nung high school, pag sinasabi na parang may ginawa kang mali, papag-guidance ka. So yung mga guidance counselors, ang nagiging tingin sa kanila, when you are at the guidance office, it means that you will be punished. But we wanted to break that stigma. We wanted uh, to break the barrier between the students and our guidance counselor. So, through the peer program, ang ginagawa namin yung sa peer support group, parang may mga cases na hindi namin pwedeng gawin because we are not professional counselors. We are just students, no? Na tinrain kami sa peer facilitation and also sa psychological first aid. And so, ang ginagawa po namin kapag yung mga cases talagang may mga suicidal ideation na, nilalapit namin sila, nagkakaroon muna kami ng peer one-on-one, and then lagi na sinasabi namin na actually meron tayong professional help na pwede nating ma-access for free, lalo na dito sa school kasi meron tayong mga registered guidance counselors who really can do the counseling. And unti-unti nilalapit namin sila sa mga guidance counselors namin. And mahirap at first, pero we were able to do that, and we were so happy about it. And I think that's one of the accomplishments na talagang proud na proud kami kasi um, mas napalapit yung mga estudyante sa guidance office namin. And also we were able to um, go to different universities to present the things that we do. We wanted them to kahit mag-benchmark sila, kahit gayahin nila yung programs namin. This is not something na parang dapat yes, it's okay to take ownership of projects like this. But if you really want to help more people, then you should um, not really care, pero parang it should be okay for you if other people are copying that program because they want to help other people too. They just have to inform you and it's okay. So at that time, I was also the president of the peer organization of the Philippines. So it's a bit easier for me to echo the projects that we do in FEU para sa mas malaking audience at saka mas malaking reach sa mga communities nila. And some of them nag-ask sila ng permission to do the projects that we do in FEU Peers. And up until now, we're still willing to teach them. We are doing the peer facilitation in different schools before, pre-pandemic. And then after my term as the president of FEU Peers and the peer organization of the Philippines, I continue doing the advocacy by going to different schools as well and different institutions. Thanks to Dr. Sheikh and Tatay Dan, dinadala nila ako sa iba-ibang mga events, and then I was able to give testimonies sa mga malaking events then, not just in schools but also in mga religious organizations, religious groups like CFC. And I think it's also important to educate not just the young people but also those people na mga parents nila so they'll know ano yung effect ng mga nangyayari at home. And based from my experience, everything na nag-struggle, lahat part of the triggers that I have, may kinalaman pa rin sa family ko. And it has to be addressed, We need to break yung, yung sistema na ganon. And I think, hindi lang siya, nag-uumpisa siya sa kabataan, oo. Pero parents and older people need to have an open mind about mental health. And yes, it's just that in 2000 and during the pandemic, I was still able to do yung mga talks pa rin sa iba-iba pong mga institutions. However, pandemic really took a toll on me. So I had a major relapse in December 2021. So I was brought to the hospital, and then my father um, went to Manila, and then sinundo niya ako, and then dito na lang muna ako sa amin sa El Nido. And at first it was parang I built my life doon sa Manila away from my family, and then in a snap I needed to pack everything, all my life, you know in a suitcase, and then you need to go back home. But I feel happy to be back home now. I'm still recovering. I'm still trying to heal from those experiences that I've had last year. But I'm also trying to reconnect to some people, and also trying to build my life here in my place, in my hometown. And hopefully, nag-offer na din yung isa kong auntie, she's a politician. And then sabi niya if I want to go to different schools here to talk about mental health. And I think that would be good. But right now, I still have I still have a lot on my plate, and I want to do things one by one, so I won't feel overwhelmed. And yeah, and ngayon, at this moment, I'm finally, after a year of keeping my silence, I'm able to. This is my second engagement. Actually, the first one I had with Pia Works back 2 weeks ago, with Mental Health PH, and this is the second one. And so thank you very much for having me tonight. So I think that sums up the story that I really wanna tell you, Coach, and also all the people who are watching us live tonight.
Yeah, that was very powerful and very ano no, talagang detalyado no na journey mo no. So and we also wanted to really thank you and for sharing that no. So we can see here no may mga nag I love you kuya no. I think these are from from peer group organization and our coaches here as well, no? Si Coach Marife here, definitely si Glads, no? She is also here, and I would like to thank her for connecting, no? So sabi nga ni Coach Marife, she's also a mental health advocate. Life coach po natin siya sa Tacloban, na sabi niya na yes, it's truly important na awareness ng parent for the mental health begins at home, 'di ba? Kasi yung mga
That's right.
parents natin, yes, yeah, even as we go through, sige, we will be going through um, treatments, no? Pero pag-uwi natin, no, may mga magulang pa din na who will be the one to really in charge, no? So in taking care of us, it's really important that even the parents, no, will be able to understand what is true mental health, 'di ba? So
Yes.
I for one, 'di ba? So when I became a life coach, that's where I understand the reality of mental health, because I at that time, no, 4 years ago, my children are already teens, no, mga teenager na sila. And one time, after a year of being a life coach, my daughter told me, no, talaga nagpapasalamat siya na yung nanay niya ay naging life coach, because I am able to understand her, no, tsaka yung mga yung kuya niya, di ba? But it's still a journey, no? So, totoo yung sabi mo, Russell, di ba, that the pandemic took a toll in everyone. At iba-iba, no? Iba-iba naman tayo ng on how we really cope, no, sa mga challenges, the pandemic, di ba? But it's a reality that um, the pandemic did something in our mental health. That's why also here in Life Coach Philippines, we're also naging active talaga din kami online in reaching out to people, to the community, no? Because of the reality of mental health during the pandemic, no? Yung physical distancing na yon, ano? So malaking bagay, then suddenly, no, wala ka nang nakakausap, wala ka nang nakikita, 'di ba? You're alone at home, or you are
Yes.
dati hindi mo mga kasama sa bahay yung family mo, then now kasama, 'di ba? So we have here a question, from Coach Marife. Sabi niya, what resolve have you decided on for yourself so that you have to continue your advocacy?
Well, as of now, I'm still trying to, explore around all the options that I have. I mean, was she asking about my plans, um, about my advocacy?
What resolve have you decided so that you
Resolve,
continue to,
resolve.
yeah. You
Well,
mentioned, di ba, that you went there, no? Medyo nag-stop ka, and this is just your second. So what
yeah.
resolve did you have?
Well, actually, this advocacy, this is not just something that I'm passionate about because, I want to, not just because I want to enlighten people, not just because I want to, you know, um, do something that, do something that can help other people. It's more than that. It's I think it's very important that, I mean, it's not selfish. This is not selfish to say, or it's not selfish to say, when you want to do this because this is your life, because this is your life story. And when you talk about life, or if something is connected to your own life, then even if you stop for a while, you're gonna have to do that, because that's how you continue living. And this is how I continue fighting for my life. And so this is not just about other people, this is also about me. And I cannot share the things that I have if I don't do it for myself first. So I think that's just the reason, the motivation, that that keeps me going. Because if I do this, you know I'm also helping myself, and I'm also trying to save people one life at a time. And I think this is my purpose. It's important to have a purpose. So I could have given up a long time ago, but I found my purpose, and I can just let go of that purpose just because I struggled.
Wow. Thank you, Russell, for sharing that. Ano, totoo, no? So, that keeps you continue living. So, that's really very powerful. Kung minsan, ano? So, pag di na natin alam yung purpose natin, no? It's easy. It's easy to really let go of life, di ba? But,
Yes.
yun nga, no? So, you're not doing this only for other people, but you are doing this for yourself. So, it's really
Yeah.
very powerful, ano? So, hihinga muna tayo, no? So, we will just have a short break, no? So, hydrate lang muna si Russell and all our viewers. So, we've listened more than 30 minutes na into your very powerful story, no? So, but we'll have a short break, no? Pero bago po tayo mag-break, ano, so I would just like to leave a question, no, kay Russell, no? So, with all this experience, 'di ba? So, you started experiencing that at a young age, 'di ba? So, What do you think, Russell? Ano yung sakit, no? Ano yung sakit ng lipunan o at ano yung sakit sa bahay, 'di ba? So based on that experience. So that alam, no? Alam ng mga nanonood na atin, 'di ba, na for sure, no? There is a sickness in the society, there is a sickness inside our home and in our community. And if we only know that in your lens, being that person who have experienced that and being a mental health advocate, then we would be able to help other people realize and become aware of it. No? So we will answer that question as we return from our short break.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag and drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag and drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.
Yan. So we're back, no, for our second part of our program in our 22nd episode of When Sickness Matters, brought to you by Decaf Coffee Republic, the coaching hub of Life Coach Philippines and our home as professional certified CACC life coaches. So meet our coaching tribe at Decaf Coffee Republic, located at Pioneer Center Compound along Pioneer Road, Capitolio, Pasig City, corner Brixton and United Streets, Capitolio, Pasig City. So you may come in for dine in or visit for coaching services from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday to Thursday. And you may also join the community nights event happening daily from 7:30 p.m. onward. So every Sunday, like tonight, no, we have Comfy Sundays. So Sundays for Life with Coach Sean, wherein he talks about creativity. And every Monday, we have Nurturing Monday, Walk Along with Coach Dean, where she talks about relationships. And every Tuesday, we have Group Tuesday. It's all about habits with yours truly. So, Master Coach Hasmin, wherein I teach here about cultivating good habits that last. And Wednesday, we have Purpose Wednesday, Away in a Day with Coach Rosel. So, we're in, if you are looking for your purpose, no? Sabi nga ni Russell kanina, di ba? It's the purpose that keeps him alive, no? So, if you are that person looking for that purpose, come every Wednesday. And every Thursday, we have Strengthening Thursday, Coaching for the Soul with Master Coach A, wherein she teaches us about how to take care of our soul. So you can join us on floor and you can also join us online pag Thursday. And every Friday, that's the time that we're in. We put a rest to our space. And Fab Saturday, no? Open mic with Coach Orbit. Wherein this is just a night of self-expression, no? It's a place of non-judgment, no? Pwede kang kumanta, pwede kang play ng instruments, no? You can do some poetry there, no? On open mic, no? So dito lang po ay it's a self-expression night. So our coaching hub, Decaf Coffee Republic, is also an event place, no? A venue of your choice for face-to-face classes, trainings, and private function. So please connect with Coach Rosel through 0917-586-1661 for inquiry and reservation ng inyong mga upcoming events. And also, if you are one person who desires to experience transformation in the area of health, wealth, and relationship, then join us inside the Be Learning Society. So we're in, okay, you will get a full access pass to the monthly mental model masterclass by Master Coach A that is exclusive for Be Learning Society members. So watch out for this month of October kung ano po yung ating mental model, okay, na pag-aaralan, di ba? So, for more information to avail of the free class, the free mental model master class, and also benefit from the free 90 minutes coaching session with senior coaches, okay, connect with Coach Rosel at 0917-586-1661. And of course, Think Talk broadcast is powered by Rise Up Creatives Worldwide, the social commerce turnkey solution provider that helps entrepreneurs and business owners to leverage the power of content marketing to provide value, improve engagement, and increase revenue with the investment of just 5 minutes every single day. So visit www.riseupcreatives.com to learn the benefits of lifetime members like me and discover how you can rise up and be creative in growing your business. So let's get back no sa ating hanging question kay Russell. So let's call on back Russell.
Right. Hi, Coach. Thank you very much.
Ayan,
Well, yeah.
you're
Well,
back.
actually, kanina, nung kanina may sinasabi ko kayo sa mga programs na meron kayo. Nakita ko yung sa, I think, Fab Saturday, you have like an open mic. We do that also in FEU. It's not an open mic actually, but we call it creative therapies. So some people are not good at expressing themselves through like telling it directly. So some of them are doing it through songs, through music, yeah, through dancing, and some of them are through we do the coffee and art therapy. So we would like offer coffee and then you just paint what you are color something and then after that probably we can talk about it, you know. So those are the things that we do and they're still I think they're still doing that sa FEU ngayon through the leadership of the new president si Elisa. She's here. I think she's watching. She just tagged me, the president of FEU peers and also some of the peer members that we have. And yeah, just to answer the question po that you have, Coach Hasmin. Actually, kanina sinisip ko, ano nga ba yung pinaka-problem? So I think I really just have to, you know, probably meron kayong ibang may isip, but this is what I have in mind. You know, this is something that's just in my head. And first sa ating society, well, I think this is very obvious, no? Na sa atin sa society, especially here when I got here in El Nido, each time I always would try to open a conversation about mental health. You know, it's important to have conversations about mental health. And I never felt na ganito kahirap siya before. Because, you know, sa society na build yung culture na kaya mo lang yan. And, you know, parang there's nothing wrong. It's just all in your head. And it's one of the problems that we have in our society, not just, the lack of information about mental health or about the stigma going around the mental health. I think those are very obvious things that we have, obvious problems that we have about mental health. Sa concerns natin sa mental health, it's the stigma. Of course, not all people still believe na this has to be addressed. Ang tawag nila dito, kaartehan, or they just don't believe in it. I mean, there's no perfect justification or just right justification about it. They just don't believe that, you know depression exists, anxiety exists, and all other mental health conditions exist. Well, it exists. I think they just have to hear it from someone who has experienced that, from those people who are hiding in their, silent chambers. And it just needs some people who would talk about it so that they can have a voice as well. This is not enough that, the stigma is there, so that's a problem. The next problem is those people who are, like us, who are advocating for mental health. Some of us think, even before, I used to think that I just have to do this because I'm giving voice, or I'm standing up for those people. Well, I think it's also a problem, because our goal should not just be standing up for those people. Our goal should be able to take those people out of their silent chambers and speak about their experiences as well. My voice is just one of the millions who are suffering and struggling with mental health. And it should not stop with my voice. It should not stop with my story. My story will soon fade, but there are more stories that our world needs to hear about. And I think if we need to really understand that kahit marami tayong mga mental health advocates, hindi lang nagtatapos sa atin. Hindi lang lagi tayo yung dapat na andito. We also need to give the spotlight or the platform to those people who are afraid. I mean, that's what we did in FEP years. We gave them the entire year. They were listening to other people's stories. Those people napaka-eloquent magsasalita. And then during our culminating, what we did is we invited people who were just, sa mga benches, sa mga chairs before. And now, people are hearing their stories. I think that's empowerment. I think that should be the goal. Not just for people to realize that, but people to realize that and speak about it. Say something about their experiences, to take them out of their silent chambers. And also, sa family, in sa ating close environment, I think it's the toxic positivity. I think that's one of the problems. And sometimes I don't want to be hypocrite about it. Sometimes, I would, when I try to reflect on the words that I say to people, like for example to the people that I care about. Sometimes naisip ko parang medyo toxic positivity pala yun. You can't just tell people that kaya mo yan. Hindi nga nila kaya. I mean, I think one of the most important thing is to acknowledge that there are things that you can't do. And sometimes, the first step into uh, being able to be able to manage your emotions is first to recognize it, to recognize that it's there. You can't just deny that you are not sad, or that something, for example, something happened. You can just tell yourself that it's okay. No, it did not. It does not affect me, or it did not affect me. You have to recognize that. You have to validate that emotion. Um, Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we need to validate that emotion. We need to let people understand that you need to, like for example, when you're sad, it's okay to feel that. That's a normal human emotion, and it's okay to feel that way. But we also need to do something about it, right? And hindi lang siya pwedeng kaya mo yan. We need to talk about it. But some people, also, toxic positivity is also when, like for example, a family member or a friend reaches out to you or calls you, and ang gusto nila mag-share. And then you feel like you are you always feel the need to say something all the time. Some people just need a sounding board. Some people just need an outlet to let it all out. If we keep on, blowing words to those people, dapat ma-realize natin na nahihirapan na nga silang i-process yung pinagdadaanan nila ngayon. So let's give them yung time. Now, if they ask for advice, that's the time. na kailangan natin. And when also giving advice, if you're not comfortable in giving pieces of advice, just don't say anything. Just be with that person. Make that person feel that when things are really rough, they have a friend, no? I mean, you may not be the perfect friend, but at least they have someone nakasama sila. Someone that they can get energy from, a source of information from. Kasi words are powerful. Words can either break or make a person. So it's very important for us not to, sabi nga nung isang mentor ko before, if you don't have anything kind to say, don't say anything at all. Because we don't know what other people are struggling with. No? We don't know their stories. Sometimes it's hard for us to understand bakit ganito, bakit ganun yung minsan yung mga attitude nila. But if we could just, be a little kinder, then the world will, I think everyone will follow that kindness. So I think those are the things that I have in mind right now, Coach.
Yeah, and that is true, no? So, kailangan talaga nating makita yun at ma-realize, no? And that is the very objective of when sickness matters, no? So, in fact, in Life Coach Philippines, in our coaching practice as well, we have what we call yung triple A, no? So, it starts with awareness, no? So, awareness and then acknowledgement, no? So, you have to be aware that there is something wrong, no? Meron ka totoo yung nararamdaman mo, 'di ba? Totoo yung naiisip mo, 'di ba? And be aware of that and acknowledge it. 'Di ba? Sabi mo nga kanina na it's okay, 'di ba? Naramdaman mo talaga 'yun, 'di ba? And the deciding point there is in taking action, 'di ba? So, what do you want to do about it? Sometimes, 'di ba, we end up in situations in life that we cannot change. There are situations in our life that as much as we wanted to really change it, pero minsan hindi talaga pwedeng baguhin 'di ba? So it takes really awareness, it takes acceptance, and it takes taking action for you to be able to start changing that situation. But oftentimes, we fail, no? Aware lang tayo, but we fail to acknowledge it. So that's where I believe that a lot of people get stuck. So even me, no? So even me as a life coach, I still go through the process, diba? So in fact, I am going through mental health coaching as well, diba? So because I see and I believe that importante, no? So if there is something that is truly very important that we need to also take care is not only physical health. Season 1 in When Sickness Matters, I've talked about physical health. But there is also another health that is truly important, and that is our mental health. At yung pag mental health natin, no, ang nakalimutan natin, it affects everything. It affects our studies, our profession, no? So if you're working, if you're a student, your studies, no? And most importantly, our valuable relationships. Di ba, Russell? So kaya pupunta tayo dyan. Di ba, when I ask you, who's your inspiration? And you told me about your family. So tell us about that inspiration into your life.
Yeah. Well, Coach, well, actually before, parang since sabi ko nga, I wasn't used to being with my family because for so long, more than a decade and a half, I've been living alone by myself. And, I've met a lot of people. I've been with, I just, immersed myself sa mga programs and activities where I met a lot of people. And I think, parang feeling ko, parang, okay, I get so inspired from those people from mentors, from the leaders that I encounter and I'm encountered and met sa mga events na yun. And doon lang, for the longest of time, doon ko kinukuha lagi yung inspiration ko. And then, I realized that inspiration should not just come from, parang from a place kung saan feeling mo napaka-empowered and powerful ng mga tao. I think when we're looking for inspiration, we need to look at sa isang lugar kung saan nandun yung puso mo. And yun yung family. And when I say family, I'm not just talking about yung mga blood related family members. I'm also talking about my friends who were there for me, especially yung best friend ko din sa Manila. Kapangalan ko siya si Russel Jhon, and then yung mga kasama namin doon, yung mga young leaders na kasama namin before na makasama ko sa apartment, because I made my apartment before a place for everyone sa mga friends ko. and now they're doing what we were doing before. No, they're continuing yung legacy ng organization, and I'm happy about it. So those are the na families na tinutukoy ko, and also here dito sa amin. It feels so it feels so good. It feels, I mean, I feel like one of the reasons why I stayed here na napakatagal ay before hindi ako makatagal ng uwi ng more than 2 weeks, but now malapit na ako mag 1 year dito. It's because iba pa rin yung pakiramdam na nandito ka sa family mo, and my family, I feel so happy na when I started speaking up or talking about my condition, because hindi sila sanay sa ganon, hindi nila alam yon, and now they really understand kung when to stay silent, when not to say anything, when to say something. So I feel, I mean, it's still a process, no, yung nangyayari ngayon dito sa amin, but I feel so happy because hindi lang ako nasa lugar kung saan na malapit ako sa nature where I could just go somewhere and have yung peace of mind, but also to be with people na talagang inaalagaan ka. And feeling ko bata ako ulit, like, I kaya nga sabi ko I missed a lot of moments here, and I'm trying to make the most of every day here. And that's why every day when I wake up, nandito yung lola ko, yung mga pamangkin ko, and also yung mga kapatid ko, and then my father, nasa isang lugar lang kami. And sobrang there are, of course, there are moments na may mga problems pa din naman. I think that's normal sa family. But still, we always have that time kung saan, yung father ko, kahit malalaki na kami, nag-open pa rin siya ng kung gaano niya kami kamahal. And also my mom, na nasa ibang bansa ngayon, she's a registered nurse. She's in Doha with my stepfather. And they're really doing their best to reach out to us to make sure that we are okay. And I'm really happy about it. And also, I'm now sabi ko kanina, I'm trying to build my life here sa El Nido. And I'm also making friends na. I have friends na here. I call friends. And pag lumalabas ako minsan, pumupunta ako sa town proper kasi medyo malayo ako sa town proper ngayon. But pag nandun ako nagsistay, marami ka nang nakaka say hi, no, yung nagkukumusta sa'yo. And yeah, I also want to talk about yung power of kumusta, lalo na kapag sa family members. Some people, and also sa mga friends natin, some people would say na parang pag kumusta, parang wala lang siya. But also, I want to say na kapag nagkumusta tayo sa isang tao, minsan parang nagiging greeting na lang siya, no? Nagiging normal greeting. But for me, it's still powerful. If I say kumusta to someone, you don't need to, like for example, Coach Hasmin, if I say kumusta to you, hindi ko kailangan ikwento mo sa akin lahat ng pinagdadaanan mo. But I'm just sending a message na if you can't do that, if you can't handle things anymore, I am here. It's a way to check on people. And kumusta is very powerful. Yung sometimes kapag ako kinukumusta ako, like kung naisip na, ayoko magkwento. I don't wanna say anything yet. I don't wanna share anything yet. But I feel so happy na there's someone who remembers me, someone na gusto makipag-connect sa'yo, na sinasabi niya. That's how I take kumusta. It's very powerful in a sense na gustong sabihin sa akin na kapag hindi mo na kaya, may kaibigan ka. So I think we can practice, we can also have that mindset when someone is trying to say kumusta, or when we are telling kumusta to other people. And when we say, I would want to tell people na kapag sinabi natin na call me if you need me, I mean, para sa akin, napaka-importante rin na for us to be the one to reach out instead. Some people are having a hard time to reach out to other people. They feel like sila ay burden. But if we can just, instead of telling them to call us if they need us, you can reach out to them instead and be that person na magkukumusta sa kanila. So I think it starts there. Napaka-importante. And also to those people who are struggling, just like kanina sinabi ni Coach Hasmin, no, we really cannot change what we are going through, but we can change how we're going through it. It takes a process. May process na sinusunod. It's not gonna be easy. I don't wanna sugarcoat it. It's not gonna be easy. But when we're talking about our life, when we're talking about our purpose, the things that we want to do, if we're gonna look at our family, if we're going to look at those people who believe in us, then everything is worth it.
Yeah. Thank you, Russell. No, so in fact, there's a lot of things that you have said that which is being done, no, dito sa Life Coach Philippines. Like yung salitang kumusta na yan, no, very powerful yan. So and it's very hard to answer. A question that is really very hard to answer. When I understood, no, when I understood that word, no, minsan hindi mo talaga yan masasagot because it takes a lot of pause and reflecting. Oo nga, no? Kamusta kamusta nga ba talaga ako, 'di ba? So, it's really a powerful word and gusto ko din yung sinabi mo na it also sends a message a person, 'di ba? That oh, someone is thinking about me and nagsasabi siya na nandito lang ako, 'di ba? So that is a very good um, sharing, no, ni Razel, for someone that really been through a lot, 'di ba? So hindi lang siya a form of greeting, no? So let it be a true word that you really are concerned and you wanted to really know about the person. And you also mentioned about the family, no? So hindi lang siya by blood and by hindi lang siya by blood, no? So here in Life Coach Philippines we call it family, no? So family by yung blood, tapos kami dito we call it hashtag Gamily with a G, di ba? So, it's really important. Kaya yung sabi ko sa'yo kanina, Life Coach Philippines, there are three things that we do here that we train, we coach, and we build. We build a tribe. We build a community. In fact, not only a community, we build a tribe, which is even larger than a community. Kaya importante nga yung family, importante yung family that a habitat, no? An environment wherein you can be safe, right? And when I mean safe, that you are accepted for who you are. And but you are not tolerated. 'Di ba?
Yes.
Ah, tanggap ka, 'di ba? For you are yes, you're going through something, 'di ba? Pero hindi ka din tinotolerate na you just stay there, 'di ba? Kung
Yes.
nasaan ka saan ngayon. And that is the community we have, and Decaf Coffee Republic is our coaching hub. A lot of things that we are doing there. In fact, it is actually a place of refuge. It was built as a place of refuge for those people who cannot find a place to go to, 'di ba? Marami kasing tao, 'di ba, pagkatapos sa opisina nila, pagkatapos sa school, ayaw pa nilang umuwi, wala silang mapuntahan, ayaw nila din makipag-usap. But Decaf Coffee Republic is a safe space wherein, there you can read books there, and if you don't want to talk, pwedeng hindi ka magsalita, maiintindihan ka. And all the people there at Decaf serving the coffee, the cakes, the food are all life coaches. And if you are ready to share, no, pwedeng pwede mo silang kausapin doon, no. So that's why, no, Russell, when you come back to Manila, so I hope that you can
Yes po.
visit our
Yes.
coaching
For
hub, no?
sure.
So yan, si Tats Braves, yes, that is also her home, no?
Yes po.
Yun, yung community nights namin. So that's a different kind, no? But it all caters to um, improving, no, the mental health of all of the people. And um, in a little way, we can, no? At least merong establishment. And hearing your story, Russell, thank you, no? Thank you for
Yes po.
really bringing life tonight, no? That
Yes po.
there is something that we can all do, no. You can be an advocate, you can bring it to your school. So right now you are more concentrated on bringing it, no, yung mental health sa school, which is really very important, di ba, para paglabas nila ng school, di ba, when they go to the workforce, di ba, naiintindihan na nila yung importance of why we need to really take care of our mental health and how do we do it, no, and how do we do also reach out to other people, no.
Yes.
So thank you, Russell. So
Yes po.
maiksi yung oras, no. So there's a lot of things that we wanted to know more, but pwede naman tayo mag part 2 eventually, di
Yes.
ba? And
Yes po.
this is my favorite question, no. Pati ko tong tinatanong, no. If there is a capsule, no, if there or a tablet, okay, that you can create right now that will solve this problem, no, dito sa mental health, na pinagdaanan mo at nakikita mo sa society, sa community, sa family, no, what would you call that capsule or tablet?
I'd rather call it hope or brave heart. I think I want to remind everybody that there's hope always. And for me, like if you take that hope pill or the brave heart pill, it means that you want to continue living and you are telling yourself that, today is not the day that my story ends. So I have to take it.
Wow, powerful, no? So brave heart or home, hope pill and brave heart. pill. So this is not the end, okay? And even this segment is not the end, Russell, diba? So thank you for really sharing your life and story for tonight. And how do you feel right now, Russell, sharing for the past 1 hour already? How do you feel now?
Well, I feel so happy because this is usually yung ginagawa ko, parang may pattern ako sa lahat, and now this is just, yung napaka spontaneous ng conversation, I can, and this is just everything in my head, and everything that I'm feeling ngayong mga oras na to, and I'm so happy. Kanina sabi ko I feel a bit tense, and also I feel scared because I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this again. I also messaged yung mga mentors ko before. Sabi ko, sinusubukan ko po ulit bumalik, and I wanna do this. I wanna try it again. And let's see if I can finally go back and, to doing the things that I love doing. And right now, I think this is a good start as well because I'm able. Of course, napaka warm ng pag-welcome dito sa akin sa Ting Talk broadcast. Sa inyo po, Coach Hasmin. And sobrang thankful ako and really grateful to have been able to share my experience, and hopefully we were able to inspire um, even at least a person here tonight. And I think that would be so nice and so good to feel or to know about.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you very much.
Ella, I think you know Ella, no?
Yes
Sabi,
po,
you
si
keep me
Ella.
going. Sabi niya, you keep me going, kuya. And
Yes
if
po,
there
si
is
Ella.
one soul, yes. Master Coach A, the founder and creator of Life Coach Philippines, our coach, no? She would always say, one soul is enough.
Yes.
So kung dalawa yan, di ba? That's already a bonus. If it is three, if it is five, if it is 10, it is 100, it is more than enough. One
Yes.
soul, you mentioned earlier kanina, di ba? One soul at a time. And if we have
Yes po.
blessed, no? So in this episode, they can keep watching it, no? So to all yung mga friends ni Russell, to all his peer, the peer members, kay Amiela is also here. You are the reason why I am still here. So,
Amiela.
wow. Yes,
Amiela,
that's
just like I mentioned her, she was the one who approached me before to talk about to share my message about mental health. She was the pioneer of the mental health week in FEU.
wow,
Thank you,
powerful.
Amiela and Ella.
Yes, Ella, 'di ba? So, and Mercy here, no? So ito she's also one part of our community, no? Sa nasa Benguet siya. You are an
Ah,
inspiration, Russ. Cheers. Ang dami ding mga kasama mo na nakasupport sa iyo, 'di ba? So
thank you
these
po.
are just few. So you can read it later on. Medyo naka-phone ka, no? Hindi mo
Yes po.
nababasa yung mga comments, but please do read them
Yes po.
later on. And to all the viewers right now, please send your love. Okay, send your grateful, your message, no, your hashtag pack my bag moment, aha moment to Russell. If you have been blessed by Russell tonight, no, so please do send him some love, some message, di ba? Yung para yung hope pill na yan, di ba? Yung hope pill natin na talagang maging mabisa, no, at maging effective, di ba? And he's really brave heart, di ba? And we will always remember that pill, that brave heart pill and hope pill. So, last message, Russell, to all the people watching.
Well, ngayon sabi ko nga kanina, sometimes some people would tell us that we cannot do this and that. I always tell this to a lot of people, but we can actually do something about our situation. Some people would tell us that, you know, everything is just about sadness, but there's joy and love around you. You just have to give yourself time, pause for a while, and then you can always get back up and then look for that love and happiness that's still there. It doesn't have to be sometimes yung sadness natin napaka yung percentage mas malaki kaysa sa happiness natin. But still, as long as there's still 1% of love and happiness around you, napaka-importante na. And also, I just would like to mention what my friend told me before. She's Elisa Tangali, nang sabi niya sa akin. Some people would always tell us to just keep moving forward, but sometimes, it's hard for other people to keep moving forward. So I would tell people to just keep moving kahit saang direction, because when you are moving, it means that you are alive. And lastly, again, I just would like to re-emphasize this one. I would like to remind everybody to keep telling yourself that today is not the day that your story ends.
Powerful, 'di ba? And this is just the beginning, no? So every day we can make another page, we can make another chapter in our
Yes.
story. So thank you, Russell.
Yes.
So
Thank you
I'll
very
see
much
you
po,
back at the
Coach.
backstage, no? So thank you for saying yes and sharing your story. So see you
Salamat po.
later. So thank you, everyone. So this is the end of the program, and I would like to really thank you for joining me here, no, tonight, no, with Russell, diba? So here in When Sickness Matters. So whether you are joining us live, and if you have found you are blessed with the story of Russell, so please do leave a comment, no, dito sa atin pong message box, no. Share your thoughts, share your insight, and whether you are joining us live today or watching us on a replay, please do write a comment, send that message tonight, your thoughts, your insight, and a message to Russell as well. So please don't keep us as a secret. Help us serve more people by circulating the link of this video. No, so you can circulate it into your Facebook group, no, Facebook page, no, and so that they will hear the brave heart, no, yung brave heart story ni Russell to tonight. So as I close, I would like to speak to all the mothers who are the unsung heroes of the global workforce right now. So there is a lot of competition in the working world today than there it used to be 10 years ago. So and there seems to be a never-ending need to stand out from the crowd, and that is thoroughly in pursuit of success. So, but with the reality of great resignation and the great opportunity of every worker to start building wealth and becoming their own version of CEO, even while still being employed full time, I would like to invite you to embark on a journey of becoming a coaching entrepreneur like us. So connect with Coach Rosel at 0917-586-1661 and map your success as a co-actively co-create life coach. Okay, so CACC certification program is an international CPD accredited course with 40 credit units. In fact, that is also the main purpose of my early retirement, because I see the need of really helping more and more people. I see the need of really having time to really help people, and we can all do that through the platform of life coaching. And CACC course includes a 21 days web-based learning with lifetime access, 3 days live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and 3 days live virtual business bootcamp with senior coaching team. So the program package also comes with done for you coaching programs and many other bonuses that coaching professionals can already jumpstart in the second fastest growing industry in the world today. And life coaching is truly a 21st century learning experience that is empowering all the professionals to enhance their skills in multiple domains, thereby increasing their relevance in an increasingly complex workplace and dynamic business environment. So call now, Coach Rosel, through 0917-586-1661. And our next class will be on October 15, 22, and 29. So, thank you, everyone. I invite you to join as well to watch the other shows hosted here at Ting Talk Broadcast. Please follow and subscribe and engage in our social media accounts at @TingTalk_TV on Twitter and Instagram, and Ting Talk Broadcast on YouTube, and give us your review. So for partnership and collaboration, so please connect with Coach Rosel through 0917-586-1661. So see you in the next episode of When Sickness Matters on October 9, 8 p.m. live here at Ting Talk Broadcast. So tonight, your one coaching thought is being able to be true to yourself is one of the strongest component of good mental health. So never taking loving yourselves aside, and never take safety for granted. So this is us in the Philippines. Coaches like us think and talk like this. This is Master Coach Hasmin, broadcasting beyond borders to advance life coaching worldwide. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. Bye-bye.